Hey, what's going on, guys? Sean Mathis here, CEO and founder of Surefire Digital Media. I recently did a talk with a group of Allstate and State Farm agents on the marketing trends for 2020 and some best practices for insurance agents moving into the new year and what to expect and what I'm seeing from the top down. Guys, I've worked with over 1,800 insurance agents from every major carrier and every major market that you can imagine. Big markets, small markets, urban, rural, it doesn't matter. We've got one of the largest client lists of any digital marketing firm in the insurance niche, and I get to see a lot of trends in different areas and what's working and what's not working. And let me just first say that in today's hyper competitive environment, it is very difficult to grow an agency and meet your company's sales objectives if you're continuing to use the same marketing and sales strategies that you used 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Unfortunately, corporate is still teaching you the same methods today that they were teaching 10 years ago, but everything's different. Everything's dramatically changed. If you look at like the late 1990s, early 2000s, when the internet lead came out, like the industry saw a boom and there was a dramatic shift, right? Because consumers could start to go online and get quotes. Well, we're seeing that same revolution and that same dramatic change happen, but it's happening as a result of digital media, as a result of Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and social media platforms like that. We're seeing a massive change, not only in the marketing strategies that are working, but how to reach consumers, how consumers not only interact with brands and companies, but how they interact with each other. Social media has not only changed the way that we market, but it's also changed the way that consumers interact. It's affected word of mouth and how word of mouth travels and how to get referrals. All of this stuff is very, very important, and technology and social media has affected it all to a great extent. And it's no wonder if you're still using the same lead providers you did 5 years ago that you're not getting results, right? Those strategies are not working anymore. You got to stop beating your head against the wall looking for another lead vendor, another lead provider, when they're still using the same strategies to generate leads. And that's this vicious cycle that I'm seeing agents get stuck in, is they go from lead provider to lead provider to lead provider expecting the same results. But what you don't understand is when you peel that back, how they're getting the leads are all the same. They're using what's called search-based marketing, right? They're finding people who go online and they're actively shopping terms like, compare auto insurance rates in Dallas, Texas, or cheap auto insurance near me. And they're all fighting for that same traffic. And what we're doing and what's really working is what's called disruptive marketing. What we do is we find people who fit our demographic criteria that we're looking for, that we first know are, hey, this is our ideal customer demographically. Then what we do is we leverage the algorithms on social media platforms like Facebook to find not only these perfect targeted people, but the ones that are interested. And we're able to engage them in a way to get them to identify themselves, to enter into a value-based conversation. These people didn't wake up and decide to go shopping for insurance. Instead, they're interested in insurance, and we created that shopping event with our strategies, with our disruptive marketing platform that we're using. So that's first and foremost, is you got to look at how the leads are being generated, right? Are they being generated through search-based, targeting active shoppers, or are you using a disruptive strategy, finding people who are not necessarily shopping, but that they're interested? And there's 4 stages in the buying funnel that you got to focus on. What we do is we focus on people in stages 2 and 3. Stage 4 is the active shopping. That's by the time they've done their research and they're ready to buy. And most people are after that small sliver of people who are in the 4th stage of the buying process, the purchase price, or the purchase cycle, and you wonder why you're stuck selling rate. What you do is you want to focus on getting people that are interested, who are in that stages 2 and 3, who are doing their research, who haven't yet got around to it, but who are open to the conversation, and you attack them before they actually go shopping. And that's what we've been done a great job at, is finding these highly targeted people that are also interested and catch them before they go shopping so that we can entice them into a value-driven conversation with our agents. It's a much, much better strategy. You get a much better client because a lot of times these people would have never made it to the shopping phase because they're so busy. They've got good paying jobs, they're busy and they think about it, but then they're like, So what we do is we find those people who are thinking about it, and we make it easy for them to engage with our ads and request a quote and connect them with a local agent. So that's first and foremost that I think you really need to look at, is not the provider, but the process. Not look at what the cost per lead is, but how that lead is generated. It's far more important, especially in today's economy. You look at some of the stats that are out there, and what you have to understand is that the millennials are the biggest, most powerful, savvy generation to ever walk the face of the planet. And these guys are using social media. They're using technology, and you've got to find a creative way to engage them using these platforms. So if you're not using Facebook, you're not using Instagram, you're not using video, you're not on Google, you're not easily found by millennials, you're going to miss a huge chunk of the marketplace. The other interesting fact is that when you look at the baby boomers, those that are 45, 55, even 65 and older, they're the fastest growing segment on platforms like Facebook. The conversion rates are almost 40% higher among people 54 and older for the insurance, for the types of campaigns that we run, than even our younger millennials that are 28, 29, 30. Right? And this produces a really good type of customer that you wouldn't typically find through search-based marketing, right? So we're able to get better clients that are more targeted, that are interested, but not yet shopping, right? You're not going to make it, you're not going to survive in this digital economy continuing to do things like mailers and cold calling and BNI. You're just not going to be able to get there quick enough. And what we're able to do is show you exactly how to find the perfect customer that has multiple cars, homeowners that are looking to talk with an agent. Not only that, we provide so much more than just leads. In today's marketplace, a lead is just a lead, and you're not going to cut it if you don't have the automation to back it up. You don't have the automatic email responders. You don't have the text responders. You don't have automated appointment scheduling. You don't have live transfers and telemarketers, and that stuff gets expensive. What we've done is provided a solution from end to end for our agents that not only builds out the custom campaigns, gets them exclusive leads delivered in real time, but we've got a team of marketers behind the campaign who's following up with phone calls, telemarketing, setting appointments, live transfers. We've got email automations that are going out, keeping you in front of these leads. In fact, I just had an agent from Florida that started with us, and I took his old leads that he purchased from some of these bigger lead vendors, but they were 3 or 4 years old. And we put them into our marketing automation system. And guess what? In the first few days, he wrote over $3,000 of annual premium on leads that were just sitting there. And that's what I'm finding happens time and time again. Agents are simply just sitting on a massive amount of data. You're sitting on hundreds or even thousands of leads that you spent good money on, but you're not marketing to them. And we've got a very easy turnkey system that we've built out, we manage, put together in place, integrated with you, and we reach out to those old leads that you haven't touched in a while, and we make sure that we keep your brand in front of them. We drive them to call into the office. We drive them to set appointments. We drive them to your website. Our telemarketing team calls them. Guys, this is what it takes to be effective in today's digital marketplace. You gotta have exclusive leads that are delivered in real time. You've got to use disruptive marketing. The search-based marketing is not going to get it. Just not going to work. That's why you keep bouncing from lead provider to lead provider. You got to find a different way. I've got a full demonstration of how this stuff works and to kind of show you a deep dive into our process and what makes our campaigns different and why our agents are closing 20 to 25% of their leads. Click the link, check it out, let's have a conversation.